The orthodox T-34-100 tank was a weapon developed by the Soviet Union in the late stages of World War II, but due to various technical reasons, it was not mass-produced and deployed in the army. Instead, in the late 1960s, Egypt independently modified a T-34-100 and put it into actual combat. In fact, many countries upgrade tank artillery, but the modification work is limited by the size of the chassis. Some can make major modifications, while others can only make minor changes. The T-34 medium tank has a moderate chassis size, leaving plenty of room for improvement and upgrades, as proven by the T-34-85. However, it was very difficult to mount a 100mm anti-tank gun on it. This was mainly because the D-10T or ZIS-100 guns used by the Soviet Army were too large, requiring a larger turret to accommodate them. The increased size of the gun caused the need for a larger turret space, and the gun's recoil increased, in addition to the loader needing enough space to move about a meter-long fixed ammunition. It was indeed difficult to achieve a satisfactory level of combat effectiveness, which is why the Soviet Union did not continue research in this area, but focused on new tanks like the T-44. Returning to Egypt, after World War II, Egypt gained independence and, as a member of the Arab countries, held deep grudges against the newly formed Israel, leading to multiple conflicts between them. Of course, fighting would consume weapons and ammunition, and Egypt had obtained a lot of Soviet equipment, including T-34 series tanks. Unfortunately, the Arab coalition was often defeated on the battlefield, consuming a large amount of equipment without making any substantial progress. In order to maintain basic combat capability, Egypt began to tighten its belt after the Six-Day War, using the T-34-85 medium tank on hand to create a stronger combat tank. A large number of these tanks were modified to install the BS-3 100mm anti-tank gun, which is the T-34-100. The BS-3 gun was a 100mm anti-tank gun modified from a 100mm naval gun by Soviet designers during World War II. It could penetrate 125mm homogeneous steel armor at a distance of 2,000 meters and was once mounted on the Su-100 tank destroyer. In the 1960s and 1970s, it was still capable of dealing with the M48 Patton tanks used by Israel. However, the turret structure was very rough, with the turret being lengthened in the front and back to accommodate the gun. The front of the turret almost gave up frontal defense in order to accommodate the gun's recoil structure, making the tank appear to have a huge turret protruding several meters forward, giving the gun an impressive appearance. In addition to the 100mm version, Egypt also modified a small number of tanks with a 122mm gun version, with a similar structure but the gun being changed to a D-30-122mm howitzer. This gun had both direct fire and indirect fire modes and was widely used for anti-tank combat during World War II. Considering the environment in Egypt at the time, these modified tanks did strengthen their armored forces' combat capability to some extent and reduced their reliance on imported weapons, which played a role. However, in terms of their specific performance, these tanks were roughly modified, simply giving them mobility for anti-tank guns, similar to many makeshift anti-tank guns from World War II. In addition, the Egyptian armored forces had relatively low training levels, so it was difficult to expect them to achieve much of an impact. Indeed, in the Yom Kippur War a few years later, all these modified T-34 tanks were destroyed, and they did not have much of an impact on the development of the war. Israel captured some of them, kept 2 for display, and sent 1 to a museum in the UK. Interestingly, the signage in Israel labeled it as T-100, but it's unclear how that designation came about. Following that, a large number of 5 pairs of bogies entered the market, and the Israeli armored forces became increasingly standardized. The T-34 series tanks were no longer capable of adapting to the new combat environment and quietly exited the stage. These modified tanks from Egypt were just a trace of an era, silently recounting the history of that period of conflict.